is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is Africa Now. Zambia's government has declared 21 days of national mourning over the passing of the nation's beloved founding father, icon and global statesman Kenneth Kuanda. First president of Zambia after its independence from Britain, Kuanda died peacefully at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday of pneumonia at a military hospital where he had been receiving treatment since Monday. In neighboring Botswana, President Mogwetsi Masisi has also declared 7 days of mourning in honor of the charismatic and selfless Kuanda, whom he described as an iconic statesman of the highest credentials. Former President of Cote d'Ivoire, Laurent Gbagbo, has returned home after 10 years in exile abroad upon receiving permission to return from the government of longtime rival President Alassane Ouattara. Addressing his supporters, Gbagbo says he is happy about being back in Ivory Coast and Africa because he knows that he is from Ivory Coast, but in prison he knew that he belonged to Africa. 10 years ago, Gbagbo refused to concede defeat in a presidential election to current leader Ouattara. His resistance sparked months of violence that claimed the lives of over 3,000 Ivorians. A judge acquitted him in 2019, saying prosecutors had failed to prove their case after an 8-year wait for his trial on war crimes and charges at the International Criminal Court. Now, the Supreme Court of the United States threw out a lawsuit accusing food giants Nestle and Cargill for child slavery on African cocoa farms where they buy their cocoa. 6 African men and 2 companies alleged that they were trafficked from Mali and forced to work on cocoa farms in neighboring Ivory Coast. The court ruled 8-1 that the claim could not be brought under the Alien Tort Statute, which lets non-U.S. citizens seek damages in American courts in certain instances because the plaintiffs did not show that any of the relevant conduct took place within the United States. Now, Tanzania's ruling party, Chacha Mapinduzi, has written up fresh calls for changes to the country's constitution by the opposition and other activists to allow for the formation of an independent electoral commission so as to level the political playing ground. Shaka Hamdu Shaka, CCM's new ideology and publicity secretary, says the President Samia Suluhu Hassan administration is focusing more on fulfilling economic goals for the country. The last constitutional amendments in the country were passed in 1977. Now, Ethiopia has once again called on the African Commission of Human Rights and People's Rights to immediately cease the process on the establishment of a commission of inquiry. In a statement, Ethiopia says the commission needs to engage with relevant authorities in Ethiopia to finalize the modalities regarding the proposed investigations. By choosing to proceed in such a misguided direction, the commission will not only defeat the very purpose for which it was established, the statement says. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. We move to business after the break. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Now in business. The World Bank Group says it is likely to remove Kenya from countries with high risk of default on loans in 2028 if the authorities stick to a program aimed to curtail growth in government expenditure and growing taxes. The multilateral lender says it expects the country's debt risk profile to improve in coming years on projected recovery in economic growth and exports, helped by fiscal consolidation program and implementation of policy reforms. Investors have offered 964.92 billion shillings on the 2 reopened Kenyan Treasury bonds amid high liquidity in the market. The Central Bank of Kenya targeted 30 billion shillings on 2 20-year papers first sold in 2019 and 2012 with 17.9 years and 11.4 years to maturity respectively. The auction comes as the government expects disbursement of $750 million from the World Bank Group by the end of the month and a facility from the African Development Bank. Now to Nigeria, the exchange rate between the Naira and the US dollar closed at 411.5 Naira per dollar at the official investors and exporters window. Naira appreciated on Thursday against the US dollar to close at 411.5 to a dollar. The rebound of the Naira against the US dollar at the parallel market was attributed to worries that the CBN might be ready to pump forex into the market with the aim of boosting liquidity. Away from business, the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says 2.8 Somali people may die of hunger from dry conditions that will contribute to the likelihood of crop losses and deterioration in pasture and water availability in some areas. The rains, which are usually received between April and June, have ended in May with no more rains expected until the next rainy season, which is from October to December. Senior health officials say Africa is in the midst of a full-blown third wave of COVID-19, with just 0.79% of people on the continent fully vaccinated. The total infections have crossed the 5 million mark, representing 2.9% of total cases globally. According to the Africa CDC, and at least 7 African countries have run out of vaccines. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, visit our website at www.TOS TVNetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwade. Thanks for watching.